There you go right there. That clip is something that a lot of us are excited about. That clip is from the film HB called The War with Grandpa, which is out the 9th, which is tomorrow. What's the day today? Is that, tomorrow, October 9th. And listen to Jane Seymour, Uma Thurman.
In the morning.
Yep, Uma Thurman, Oaks Figley, Robert De Niro,
Woo.
and Cheech Marin, who's a citizen of Sway in the Morning.
Yep.
And in case you don't know his litany of accomplishments, DP, break it down who this guy is, man.
With pleasure, man. I mean, I've been a fan ever since I remember watching all the Cheech and Chong movies from Up in Smoke and the Corsican Brothers. And I mean, there was my favorite scene from Corsican Brothers is when he's like sticking his sword in the sand and digging a dirt joke. You got to watch the movie is what I'm saying. They got so many good humor and so many good jokes that come from those films. And he's been on Nash Bridges. He was on a ton of Disney films from Oliver and Company, Lion King, Cars, Coco, Beverly Hills, Chihuahua. He was in the Mexico trilogy with Robert Rodriguez. If you love Desperado, you know his work in those films. And, of course, from Dusk Till Dawn when he's over there talking about we got chicken pussy and bloody pussy and vampire pussy. He's also a big fan of Chicano art and Chicano culture. And he's a longtime citizen on Sway in the Morning. He's been here before. Please welcome him back, Cheech Marin.
Cheech!
How are ya?
Cheech!
What's up, guys? It's the middle of the night over here in L.A.
I guess it is.
I got something good to say here.
hey, man.
I'm the Walking Dead right at this
You the
point.
Walking Dead, man. Well, I appreciate you getting up, Cheech. I just didn't think you slept last night, man. You don't party no more? Are those days over? Or?
No, the partying is outlawed in this area of the world, man. I just stay home and look out the window and watch the world go by. You know how that.
Yeah, now you get busy, man. I was first of all, I just want to say I love when you guys come on the show. I grew up a big fan. This is Sway, by the way. Absolutely. But I saw both of you and Tommy were on TikTok, and you did TikTok, man. What made you decide to do that?
Well, it was one of the conditions of my parole. You know, I worked off 500 hours of court-mandated community service. You know, so it's all cool.
So you had to do TikTok. Hey, let me ask you this, because when I saw y'all on there, I was just thinking about the different ways. Like now, when you put a movie out, you're not just doing radio interviews. You got to do. You got to do social media promotions. You got to do all kind of. You got to jump on TikTok, Instagram. You
Podcasts.
All these different things. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, what was it? Something you was up to? Is it something to adjust? Hard for you to adjust to these times?
No, I just kept telling them to leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm out here in the desert. I'm cool. I'm communing with the jackrabbits here. Leave me alone. But they always find me and put me on these virtual talks. I do more virtual talks than I did anything else before, you know. So they got you trapped.
You got you trapped, man. Cheech, you really don't want to do this. You just want to get the check and just do the work.
Yeah, exactly. Put me in coach for 7 minutes.
At least you get to have some
I want
snacks
to give a
next
big
to
shout
you.
out to the Lakers and the Dodgers.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, you repping that L.A., kid.
Wow.
Yo,
That's it, man. We're going to have 2 world champions at the same time.
Uh-huh. You believe that? What do you rank? Where do you rank LeBron, man? It's always this conversation of where does he rank in the greatest?
That question's in play right now. I mean, it's really there's so many arguments to say he's the greatest ever. He's gonna now have won 3 championships with 3 different teams. You know, so you gotta blame it on him for a lot of that. You know, but you can't stop him if he goes to the basket. You can't stop him.
Okay, so if you had to pick MJ or LJ to be on your team, who would it be? Your all-time team.
I would pick LeBron.
Wow. Over MJ.
Yeah.
You hear that, HB?
I do hear it. Wow. So who's your
I mean, it's, got a lot of championships and you can't stop them, you know. So and now he's turning into a point guard, and
It's crazy.
stop that. You can have him and Rondo on the same team, and everybody gets the ball.
That's true. They spread it out. Cheech Marin is on the line with us right now, and he's talking about the new movie, The War with Grandpa, which is out tomorrow, and it stars some heavyweights. It stars some real big heavyweights. Have you? Is this your first time with Robert De Niro?
Yeah, I mean I've met him before, but never worked with him. And it's like this film has Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, Uma Thurman, myself, Jane Seymour, Rob Riggle. And it's finally escaped.
It's finally
because we did it a couple of years ago, but then circumstances arose, and I didn't know if this movie was going to come out. But it's a perfect time because everybody's home and it's a family movie. So hey, it's supposed to be there.
I know everybody's grown and professional and been in the business for decades, but it's Robert De Niro. It's Christopher Walken, dude. Is it ever the opportunity to hang out and just have just regular conversation with fellow actors after a shoot, after a day on the set? Did y'all get a chance to do that?
Yeah, want to give everybody their space, especially those two guys. You want to be very respectful. So I did that. I just let them whenever they wanted to talk to me, they would, and they would all the time. So it was really cool. Because Robert De Niro's father was a painter, a very well-known painter, abstract expressionist here in New York. And so he would show me the pictures of his father's paintings because I collect paintings. I have a big collection. And so he would talk about that. And I was, was very respectful around Chris Walken, because the first day on set, I came up to him like Joe fanboy, man, I'm your biggest fan. I love this, that. He goes, okay, I'll come to you.
Hey, Sway, I wanted to ask real quick because he did mention about how they shot this film. I think they started back in 2017 was the original planned release date, and then they just kept having it be delayed. And so, Cheech, with everything that's happening right now with theaters closing, and I've even read that some people in Hollywood are asking the government for aid to help keep the theaters open because there's some people who speculate that they wonder whether the theater industry is going to survive with theaters being closed for months and months and months. What do you think, in your opinion, or I mean, I know it's hard to kind of really make an accurate projection, but what is it going to take to really, with safety and then getting people in theaters in order to keep the theaters open?
That's a very good question because I don't know. I mean, it's definitely going to take some sort of circumstances where crowds can gather, i.e. a vaccine that protects everybody from getting COVID when they're next to somebody. And I don't think any big things can open until then, but I hope they do, man, because going to a theater is a real communal experience, especially with a comedy when everybody's laughing at the same time. It's a real communal experience. So Regal just shut down. The whole chain of Regal theaters just shut down until who knows when. So they're in danger. So we have to look at the safety aspects of our health right now. That's the most important thing. Once that gets solved, then hopefully we can get back to theaters. Because I'm dying to go to theaters, man, for that professional grade popcorn.
Hey, man. Cheech, you like that? You like the munchy food? Cheech, you still indulge?
Pardon?
You still partake in
Hello?
the medicinal? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Cheech,
now I can.
Yeah, you still partake in the medicinal?
Well, that's part of my health program. It's amazing. I've been quarantined since, I don't know, March. And I see people, oh, you look so great. What's your secret? I smoke weed all day and avoid all exercise, man.
Boy.
And it works.
That is routine.
Word of God, everybody, oh, you look so great, man. What's your secret? Our Cheech's private stash. I'm in the weed business, so I'm also in the glass business. I got Cheech's pipes. So go to Cheech Pipes or CheechGlass.com and find our selection there. But absolutely, I do participate.
So I'm curious. On the set, are all of those people like De Niro and Walken and Thurman? They're familiar with your movies and they're familiar with your movement. do you ever find any of these guys, partake in medicinal when they're not, shooting, when they're behind? Go ahead.
I assume that everybody does. I'm sure that those guys do. I don't question them, specifically, but yeah, I mean, all you have to do is look in their eyes. You can tell.
You hear that, HB?
I love
me
it.
in the eye, brother.
Have you ever been tempted to take part in any other drugs?
Not really. I'm a weed head. I'm sure in the day, he did the hallucinogens and all that. But I was pretty straight in there. I was an athlete all my life, so I kind of continued that. Everybody thinks that Cheech and Chong were these wild and crazy guys on the road, and but we belong to the YMCA. Because so when we traveled, every town has a YMCA, and we'd go there and check out, work out, do our show, party as much as anybody, and then wake up and go to the next town, do the same thing for years and years and years. So we were always in good shape, and resisting anything bad that could happen to us out there.
When you travel through, and I'll deviate from this question, from this topic, but when you're traveling with your medicine or your medicinal, how hard is it to get it through TSA? Like, or do you even make that attempt?
Right now, no, it's not hard at all. They don't even look for it. They're looking for explosives.
Really?
That's true. That's what the guys would tell me when I said, don't bring out 10 pounds, in your travel bag, but if you want to bring it, because it's legal just about everywhere, 33 states.
Shit.
So it's a boulder rolling downhill right now. I don't want to get in front of that.
It's a boulder rolling downhill. Go ahead, HB.
No, what I wanted to, and this, I promise this will be the last on it. I was just curious then, because my husband partakes, and he always says, "Man, now everybody want to make it legal. Man, I wish I would have known this back then." Do you feel like, Cheech, people are late to the party now, and things would have been easier because now you can promote, you have your own this and you have your own that? Do you just feel like everybody's about 20?
What we're discovering right now is the medicinal aspects of it more than anything, and especially it's going to hit the baby boomers, because the baby boomers ache first, Baby boomers like me wake up in the morning, where does it hurt today? I'm going to put me some medicine on that, And so the medicinal, and that's without the benefit of being able to do any legal trials on it or experiments or research on it. It's not legally funded. And so we're going to find it's a great medicinal product that's going to expand much more than it is now.
Cheech Marin is with us right now. Big round of applause for this guy, man. He's a citizen, and we're talking about the new movie is out.
No, really, sit down.
No, really, man. I got to stand up, man. The War with Grandpa is out tomorrow. I just got to go one more because I got a lot of friends, Cheech, that are now still incarcerated for marijuana, but they live in medicinal recreational states, so they're like prisoners of the drug war. What are your thoughts on that folks are still behind bars over this?
It is ridiculous, and it's a shame, and it's a crime, and we're working towards that to release those prisoners that are in there for that. We do a lot of activities for that and participate in a lot of organizations, and because it is a shame, but for the grace of God go I, any one of us could have been pinched at any time, so that is, and to put them in prison right now, man, it's like sentencing, it's almost a death sentence,
Yeah, man. Well,
that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Well, I love the work you're doing, and I love the work you continue to do in the film industry, and man, keep up the good work, man. I heard that you guys were paying fans for paraphernalia, just old Cheech and Chong paraphernalia, for a doc that you were doing. Is this true? And what can people expect from the doc?
Sway memorabilia, not paraphernalia.
Not paraphernalia. I mean memorabilia. Not paraphernalia.
I
My
didn't know
bad.
what to say there.
Cheech got quiet. I meant memorabilia. You're paying fans for memorabilia. Yeah. What is that about?
Yeah, we got a documentary that's almost done, and we needed some kind of photos to document some certain periods. But we have a documentary coming out fairly soon, and it's really good, because we have a long track record, and then establishing it, breaking up, coming back together, doing films and records and touring and television. So it'll be quite interesting, because we combine all those hippie, Chicano, and R&B worlds, because that's the world we were in, and that's the world we represented. Because we were always musicians, we were all R&B musicians all our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So because we had this one gig where we played this club PJ's in Hollywood. It was a very famous club, and at one time it became the Uptown Black Club in L.A. and we were the house comedians. And so we opened for every act that came through there. Carmen McRae, the OJs, the Isley Brothers, the Whisperers, the Impressions. Everybody that came through there, we opened for them.
Oh, that must have been huge, man. Did other comedians like the Richard Pryors and the Eddie Murphys and the other legendary comedians come in and watch y'all?
Yeah, we were, contemporaries of Pryor, and we used to go see him, and he used to come see us all the time, man. And we went back and forth because L.A. was happening in those days, And then we kept going on, but we were all very close because we came out of the same thing. We were R&B. Tommy was with Motown. He was a guitar player for his band, Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers, and they had this big hit called "Does Your Mama Know About Me," which Tommy wrote. And so everybody had covered it. Diana Ross and the Supremes covered it, and a lot of different people. So that's the world we were immersed in. And when we came back to L.A. from Canada, that's all we played is the black clubs of L.A.
Wow. So Tommy Chong wrote a song that Diana Ross covered?
Yeah, Diana Ross and the Supremes. Does your mama know about me? Look it up.
Damn, Tommy
whatever the kids do today.
Yeah, we're going to do better than look it up. We're going to play. Let's give Tommy some publishing money. Did he keep the publishing?
Hey, baby.
He kept the publishing.
He did. Yeah.
Okay, good, man. Hey, Cheech, it's always good to hear your voice. Thank you for being on the show this morning, bro. Appreciate you.
It is a pleasure talking to you guys. Cheech's Private Stash and Cheech's Glass. Look it
up. Okay, absolutely, man.
All day, avoid all exercise. You'll look great.
You look great. The World with Grandpa tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. Cheech Marin, thank you, man. It's Sway in the Morning, Shade for 5.
Thanks, Sway.